All right. Coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Michael Bailey with Ultimate Tailgating. We are reviewing our 2023-2024 Jayco Melbourne Prestige 24LP. Its sister unit is the Entegra Qwest 24L. I'm going to walk you around the outside of the coach. We'll go through the inside. We'll also go through some of the working systems so you can understand how these working systems operate during a rental. We're going to start with the outside of the unit. This is a 24-foot unit. It is approximately 7.5 feet wide. The dimensions, it has a 24.5 gallon fuel tank. And since this is a diesel Sprinter, it also uses DEF fluid. I'm going to walk around. On the outside of this unit, the front end is a basic Sprinter, Mercedes Sprinter chassis. Okay, so nothing special there. On the outside of the unit, here coming up, we've got one of our turn signal cameras. We've got one on each side. So whenever you turn the signals on, left or right turn signal, it will display on the camera. In the first bay here, depending on the model, this one has an integrated inverter. And some of our models, the inverter is actually under the bed. This one is in the front, okay? The purpose of the inverter is to send power and actually to charge the batteries, the house batteries, while you're driving, while the generator is running, or while you're plugged up to hookups. First bay here, second bay here is going to be the LP. This is one of the units still that's using propane, liquid propane. Has a gauge on the propane itself, on the tank. 2 speakers outside. Outside here is your hot water heater. It's a Truma hot water heater. It is a tankless hot water heater. Easy to turn on the inside. No more cargo bays here in the back. Also on the outside, you have a Girard awning. Single button press on the interior. Press the button and it will come out. I will say one thing about the awning. Try not to run the awning when it's either windy or when it is raining. That will collapse the arms of the awning, okay? Coming around the back, you got a 5,000 pound hitch on the back of the unit. 5,000, this vehicle will tow 5,000 pounds, no issues. And your hookup for electrical as well. So for the lights and electrical. This unit also here coming around the back of the side here, you've got one of your cargo bays in the rear. Typically in this cargo bay, we store our hoses and our electrical cord. Okay, so this is just a cargo bay, just a lift. And this bay, this is where all the magic happens, okay? If you can come in here. This is where you would do your hookups. So depending on how you are set up. If you are driving, you want to be on dry camp. That way someone can use the toilet while you're driving. So if the water pump is on, they can use the toilet flush without any issues. When you get to a campsite, you want to turn the valves to camp. So in this case, so right now you got city fixtures, you got city tank fill, you have sanitized tank, you have normal, and then you have sanitizer lines. So while you're driving, you are going to be in normal. That is going to be dry camp. So that would be 3 and 5, okay? That adjusts the valves and then it pressurizes the unit when you turn the water pump on and you're set. When you get to the campsite, you are going to be on city fixtures. That is 2 and 6. So 6 and 2, and that is it. Outside here, this is where you would do your hookups. Your hookups for power, water, and sewage. So with the power is a 30 amp cable. One end hooks in directly to the RV. The other end is going to go to the power cable. Now at a campground, it is going to be a box that you're going to be plugging into. There's going to be a box that you're going to plug into, and then you are set on power. The next thing that you want to do would be to hook up your water. So just to simulate to simulate camping, we have a freshwater hose. That freshwater hose is going to come through. I'm going to kind of snake it through here. Freshwater hose will go through here, and then you are going to hook it in this top one that says City Water Connection. Okay, so hook it up to the top one at the campsite. Other end goes into the campsite to the spigot, and turn the water on. Okay, last but not least, this is where all the fun happens. That is going to be your sewage hose. Your sewage hose is going to hook up here on the outside. So on the outside here, you're going to take this end of the hose and you're going to connect this end of the hose to here. Okay, it's some residual water, I promise. And you're going to hook that end of the hose up to here. After you hook that end up, you take the other end of the hose and you hook it up to the campsite's sewer connection. Basically, at most campsites, it's like a little hole in the ground that has a PVC pipe, and you hook up into that PVC pipe. Here on the connection here, the water system center, you have your black and your gray holding tanks. Your black water is your toilet. So any water that comes through the toilet, that is your black water. Your gray water is going to be for the water that comes through the shower and through the sink. Okay, so used water that goes there. And remember, your fresh water as well. Your fresh water, this unit has a 43-gallon freshwater tank, and it has a 31-gallon black water tank and a 31-gallon gray water tank. So also in this area, if you wanted to fill your tank, also on the connections here on the valves, there is a city fill. So turn those valves to city fill and it will fill the freshwater tank, all 43 gallons. You will know that it's full when you see the excess water shooting out of the bottom, okay? So once we are connected, you will know that you are on power because there is going to be a blue light on the top of the lever here, okay? Also on the outside, this is your furnace. So in the wintertime, stay away if the furnace is on because that little area is hot. Also, you have another storage bay here underneath. And here in the front is the generator. Okay, so this is these units come with diesel generators as well as propane generators. This one has a diesel generator on board. Okay, nothing else here on the outside of the unit. We're gonna go on the inside. Okay, so we are at the entry door or driver's side of the Melbourne Prestige, the Melbourne Prestige. One of the things that's unique about all Sprinters and this style vehicle, the fuel is in the front, okay? So diesel only is in the very front. So your front door has to be open in order for you to access diesel. So open this panel, you can fill here on the diesel side. Since this is a diesel unit, it also requires diesel exhaust fluid, DEF. DEF can be purchased at any truck stop, convenience store, gas station, you name it. It's Walmart, just about everywhere. I'll show you where to put the DEF. Let's come around to the front. Diesel exhaust fluid goes into this reservoir here. So you pour directly into here, goes into a reservoir. You will know it's full when it spits back out, okay? Entering the unit, you are gonna come across the battery disconnect. Battery disconnect is very important in all of our units so that it provides power to the unit. With the battery disconnect off, you will get no coach power. You will get no power coming from the coach battery. To turn on the battery disconnect in this unit, come into the unit. To your left is going to be the main power button. You will know it's on because a red light will illuminate, letting you know that the unit is now running off of battery power. Also in this area, you have a couple of other controls. One is for the power step, that is to leave the step out when you are in a parked position and camping. The other one is for the speaker, that is to control the outside or inside speaker. By default, the unit is going to play audio through the inside speaker unless you toggle it back to the outside. Up above, also, we have more controls that are going to be redundant from the master power control or main switch. You've got area to turn the ceiling lights on, the bed lights on, and the master light on and off switch as well. Okay, so I'm going to turn the master lights on here, and you also have the awning light, accent lights, as well as extend and retracting the power awning on the side of the coach. Again, these are redundant controls. These controls are on the main panel within the coach. Okay guys, now we're on the interior of the coach. This is the driver and passenger. So I'm going to go through some of the instruments here on the dash panel. I'm going to go ahead and start the unit. This is a keyless remote. So the key is here, but you don't have to put a key in. So you just got the fob. Press and hold with your foot on the brake. Okay, so typical Mercedes Sprinter. I'm not going to spend too much time on the Mercedes aspect, the chassis aspect, but it's still pretty basic. You've got seat adjustments here to the side. You've got windows up and down, power windows up and down here to the side as well. Also, you can adjust your mirrors to the far left. Your headlight control is on auto. We typically keep it on auto. Has an automatic bright as well. So at nighttime, it's going to be on bright, and then when cars approach, it will automatically dim. Your gauge cluster lighting is here as well. Steering wheel is a multi-function steering wheel. So again, if you want to go through some of the steering wheel functions, on the Mercedes-Benz website and even on YouTube, they have YouTube's on the steering wheel controls. I'm not going to spend much time on that. But here you have your gauges for DEF, you have your gauge for fuel, and then you have your speedometer and tachometer as well. Very basic HVAC control. It's just a high, medium, low. There is no automatic setting. So even though you see the temperature is only set for the temperature that's coming out, not an automatic temperature climate control. This system is a nav, it's a radio nav, also includes, works with Android Auto as well as Apple CarPlay. Now, one of the things that's a little unique about the hookup here, to hook up your system, your phone for Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, the cord has to come through here, not the front. I know that there is down here, there's a couple of USBs, but those are not the ones that operate the main dash system. Main dash system comes here from the front. There is actually a little picture here, a little icon that shows a phone and the screen. That's where you want to plug into. Okay. Also here at the front, this is where I told you you've got your screen for your cameras. So if you put the coach in reverse, it is going to show behind you. If you turn the side camera, it's going to show you that side of the coach, the correlating side of the coach. Okay. Nothing else really here to mention. Also, when you are camped, these units come with a shade that goes around the front of the coach. There's a shade that goes over the front windshield, shade that goes on the driver's side and the passenger side. You just close those into the doors. Okay. The control panel on this unit is in a very awkward place. The control panel is on the side of behind the bathroom, but it's on the side wall here. And the control panel is where you're going to find out most of the information regarding the coach side. On the home screen, your power shade, which is the outside shade, the fresh water, gray water, black water, and LP. Also, you can turn the lights on and off here. You can also turn the water pump on and off. The water pump you need to turn on when you are dry camping. So again, if you're driving down the road and someone needs to use the bathroom, turn the water pump on here. When you're done, turn it off. If you are dry camping and you don't have any hookups, you need the water pump on in order to use any water within the coach. Also here, you've got the tank heaters. In winter conditions, you want to have the tank heater button on so that the tanks do not freeze underneath. Underneath here, you also have the inverter. The inverter shows disabled, but we actually have it on. The house battery is at 13.5. The chassis is at 12.7. Also, here you can see what the front temperature is in the coach. Right now it's showing 90 degrees in here. And here as well on this front button, on this front home screen, you've got the button for the gas hot water heater. To turn on the gas hot water heater, simply just press it. This is an electric / gas hot water heater. It will toggle between electric or gas depending on the condition, okay? Next screen here is your lights. You can individually turn lights on and off, your awnings, your kitchen, bedroom. There you go. Next screen here is for your HVAC. Again, this is where you would always do this too. With the HVAC, always keep it on auto and then turn it on cool or furnace. Especially when you're running air conditioning, you want to keep it on auto so that it does not burn out or overwork the compressor, okay? This is where you would let your slide and your awning in and out, okay? So the unit has to be off, the ignition has to be off, as well as the emergency brake has to be applied. So with the engine off, the emergency brake down, EXT means to extend, RET means to retract, okay? Same is true with the awning. So it's color coded. So this purple here indicates the main slide. The awning is blue and it's indicated here as well. So extend and retract, okay? And this button here, this one is for your settings, okay? So this is where you can change your temperature from Fahrenheit to Celsius. It tells you the floor plan. You can set the dimming, automatic dimming. You can set it in the cleaning mode. But most importantly here, there is a mobile app. So everything I'm showing you on this screen is also available through an app. Download it here, click on or take a picture of the QR code, and it will take you directly to Firefly, and then you can download the app. Once you synchronize it with the coach, everything will work. You can do it from the app instead of coming here to the control panel. Underneath the control panel is going to be the generator. To turn the generator on, all you have to do is hit the power on button. It is going to warm up the diesel, and then what you would do is press and hold start. Press and hold start for 5 seconds. It will start the generator. I'm not going to start the generator because we are hooked up. The only time that you really want to run the generator is either A, while you're driving down the road and it gets very warm in the rear of the coach and you need to run the air conditioning unit, or B, if you have an issue where you are dry camping and you are you don't have any plugins, don't have any hookups, okay? So I'm going to turn that off. Also here to the side is the inverter. That's where you turn the inverter on and off. The inverter, again, is charging the house batteries. So while you're driving down the road with the engine running, it is charging the house batteries. House batteries will allow you to have light. It will also run some of the televisions depending on the unit and the floor plan, and several other electrical components. House batteries will not operate all of the electrical outlets, okay? So your plug-in outlets do not operate on battery, okay? Those are gonna have to operate either with the generator running or you being hooked up to full power, okay? So here is going to be the bathroom. Nothing particularly special here. Got a shade. Then you have a pull shower curtain. Shower up above. Again, just want to let you know, if you are dry camping, this unit has a 43-gallon freshwater tank. So with a freshwater tank, if you are off the grid and you're dry camping, think of it this way: for every minute that you run the shower, you're looking at a gallon of water. So try to take short showers. Got the storage here up above the vanity area, storage underneath, step flush, okay, step on the side. Water pump has to be on. Up at the top there is a fan. That fan can be turned on and off here with the switch on the wall. Okay, this unit has what's called a compressor refrigerator. Okay, so once you turn it on, it should cool within the first 30 minutes. Okay, so I just turned it on. We are now hooked up on power. So it's not a large refrigerator, but it is enough for 2 people. I think that this unit is perfect for a couple. You can squeeze a family in here, you know, with the bunks up above. But you've got a queen size bed in the back. You have a bunk up above, and then you have another sleeping area is going to be the sofa. The sofa converts into a bed. Okay, so we're here in the kitchen area. Tons of storage. In this unit, we have a DVD player for the old schoolers that still like to use DVD. We got you covered. Also, here is the remotes. This unit has a Roku smart TV. So there is a Roku remote here. But it can run just about any source. So if you want to hook a game system up to it, you've got HDMI for that. You've got HDMI for the DVD player. Or if you want to hook your laptop up also, that's an option as well. Okay. Stove is a little different. This one is simple because what it runs off of propane, but you are going to need a clicker or a flame to start it. So turn the knob on. That's going to allow gas coming through, and as soon as you do that, go ahead with your clicker, go ahead and light the pilot here. Okay, this unit does not have an oven. However, it has a convection oven through the microwave. So down here, you're gonna have to squat a little bit. This is a traditional microwave with convection technology. So you can use this as an oven as well. You've got a deep bowl sink. And then you've got additional storage underneath where we have a large white trash can. Here, I told you that this can convert into a bed. Fairly simple, nothing special, just a couple of moves here. Okay, I'm gonna put this over here. Okay, so you're gonna slide that in, and then you are going to get the leaf from up above. Pop this in, and now you have another bed. Now, personally speaking, not for me, but this will be good for a small child. Okay. Also, we have another bed up above. Okay. So this ladder here is for your upper bunk. And to set up your upper bunk, it's just a matter of taking this piece, popping it here, and then putting your ladder in, and then you're set from there. So you got kids that can climb up to the top. There's also a shade here. The shade will go up and down to allow light in. This unit only has a single television. This television is here, and most of our newer units, they are smart TVs. This one has an adapted Roku, so you've got a single television here, and it's on a swivel too, so it can pull out and swivel around. Now, one of the last things I want to show you is how to set your level. I always say that camping is 3 basic steps, not necessarily any particular order. One of the things, the 3 basics that you want to do is you want to let your jacks down, your leveling system, you want to do your hookups, and then you want to let your slides out. So we have already done our hookups, we have already let our slide out, and now we're going to let the jacks down. Jacks are very simple. 2 buttons. Turn the power on the system, and then hit auto level. Now, I would strongly suggest that you get everyone out of the coach except the operator. The main reason is because this unit has sensors throughout the coach, and if anyone is walking, it will throw the sensors off. So we want to either stay still or have the others come out of the coach. You will know that the system is complete because this has the Bigfoot system. This foot in the middle, there is going to be a green light when it is complete. Okay, that green light is going to come on here and it looks like a footprint. And once that's done, you can turn the system off. When you are about to leave your campsite, this is going to be one of the last things that you do, is to let the jacks up. That's to retract the jacks. You're going to do the same thing basically in reverse. Turn the power on, and then you're going to just hit retract. 2 buttons yet again. Nothing special. The system is automatic. You should not have to manually level it. It is going to automatically level itself based on the conditions. Every now and then, there could be an excessive angle to whereas the coach is tilted too much, and it can't compensate for an excessive angle. It can only the jacks can only go so far, and from there, that is the rest of the coach. The only other things in the coach are going to be more storage. Got storage up above. Got storage here throughout. And then in here, you have additional storage and a pull-out drawer here. That's good for spices and food. Here you have also the front seats have the ability to swivel and do 180 degrees. So they will be facing this area. Then you can turn it into like a little bistro dinette. So you can put this in here. Turn and lock. And with these turned, you can have the table in here. I don't have the chairs turned, but just for illustration purposes. So this is going to conclude my walkthrough of the unit. If you have any questions about your rental or the unit, feel free to reach out to our office at 866-611-6485. That's Ultimate Tailgating. Or you can go to our website at rvrentals247.com. Thank you.